Tibet, often referred to as the roof of the world, stands as a hidden gem cloaked by majestic mountains, preserving its ancient mysteries. Its beauty mirrors a mystical masterpiece, radiating wonder and intrigue that captivate the spirit. Entering this sacred land, one encounters awe-inspiring natural wonders, snow-capped peaks, emerald green lakes, and vast, endless grasslands. The air, crisp and pure, bestows an unparalleled sense of serenity and peace. Yet, Tibet's charm extends far beyond its stunning landscapes. It is a land rich with enigmatic traditions and enthralling stories. From the legend of the elusive Yeti to the practice of polyandry, where brothers share a wife, and the extraordinary custom where Tibetan women must sleep with 20 men before marriage, Tibet is a place where ancient rituals and modern curiosities seamlessly blend. Explore these 15 strange aspects of Tibet and immerse yourself in a mystical world where secrets await discovery and the extraordinary is everyday life. Dear friends, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel to support the team making this video. Thank you very much. Number 15. Polyandry, brothers sharing a wife. Tibet stands out as a unique place where polyandry, particularly fraternal polyandry, is still practiced. In this tradition, brothers from the same family share a single wife. The main goal of this arrangement is to avoid conflicts over land inheritance after the parents pass away. By marrying a girl to all the brothers in a family, they ensure that the family land stays intact and undivided. The eldest brother, who is considered the primary husband, holds the authority in family decisions, ensuring a cohesive household. Together, the brothers work on their shared estate, raising their children under one roof with their common wife. Here's how this custom unfolds. When a girl marries the eldest son, his younger brothers also become her husbands. The eldest brother acts as the head of the household after the parents are gone. If the eldest brother is absent, the next brother assumes responsibility for the family and the shared wife. A third brother has 3 choices. He can join a monastery, marry a woman from another family without sons, or marry a widow. When the shared wife bears children, the eldest brother is generally recognized as the father, as determining the biological father among the brothers is challenging. Number 14. Tibetan women cannot refuse a marriage proposal. In Tibetan culture, the practice of sharing a wife to preserve land and maintain lineage often overshadows the significance of a bride's virginity. The status of women in Tibet is precarious, as they lack the agency to secure their own happiness and well-being. Tradition dictates that if a man proposes to a Tibetan woman, and it is her first proposal, she is obligated to accept, regardless of her personal feelings towards the suitor. Refusing a first marriage proposal is considered a severe taboo and would subject the woman and her family to harsh social condemnation. Consequently, once a Tibetan woman is proposed to for the first time, she must agree to marry in order to avoid societal ostracism. However, many Tibetan women already have a beloved, and if he also wishes to marry her, they will strive to prevent her from being claimed by another family of equal status. In these situations, they often devise clever plans to circumvent the tradition. The woman might pretend to visit the market or relatives, while her beloved disguises himself as a bandit who appears to assault her. A group of friends, in on the scheme, will then happen to pass by and intervene. They will return to the village with news of the incident, thereby securing the couple's acceptance for marriage. Number 13. Women must sleep with 20 men before getting married. In stark contrast to many cultures that prize virginity until marriage, there exists a remarkable tradition in Tibet that encourages women to gain sexual experience with multiple partners before becoming a bride. Tibet, renowned for its rich Buddhist heritage and breathtaking landscapes, upholds this intriguing custom. In Tibetan society, the primary goal of marriage is to maintain lineage and avoid the division of property. Consequently, the virginity of women is not considered important. In fact, marrying a virgin is believed to bring bad luck and disaster to the family. Therefore, Tibetan girls must engage with at least 20 men before they are deemed suitable for marriage. This practice not only enhances a girl's attractiveness, but also provides her with essential experience for her married life. Achieving this requirement, however, is no simple task. Tibet's remote and harsh environment makes it difficult for girls to find 20 men willing to help them gain the necessary experience. Most men marry young, and once they have a family, it becomes challenging for them to spend a night with a stranger. Thus, many girls must travel extensively, hoping to find someone willing to assist them in meeting the marriage criteria. They must also collect a token from each man as proof of their encounter. Only after successfully engaging with 20 men can a girl be considered eligible for marriage. Those who meet this requirement are quickly married off. Adding to the uniqueness of this custom, after marriage, the bride receives a medical document offering guidelines on marital intimacy. This document even specifies the recommended frequency of lovemaking for each season: 2 to 3 times a day in winter, twice a day in autumn, and once a day in summer. Number 12. Restrictions on foreign tourism to Tibet. Tourism in Tibet began in the 1980s, a significant turning point in the region's history. Prior to this period, Tibet remained an enigma, inaccessible to foreign visitors. Even now, certain restrictions persist, particularly during the Tibetan New Year, typically observed from January to February. For the remainder of the year, the region is open to tourists, provided they join an organized tour accompanied by a guide. Entry into Tibet requires an initial permit, but those seeking to venture beyond Lhasa must obtain an additional permit. Rest assured, all necessary itineraries and permits can be efficiently arranged, ensuring a seamless and comfortable travel experience. Number 11. Yaks, emblems of strength and endurance in Tibet. When envisioning Tibet, the majestic image of yaks grazing on the high plateau is unforgettable. As the most iconic and revered animals in Tibet, yaks play a vital role in both the material and spiritual lives of the Tibetan people. Towering at an average height of 2 meters and weighing up to 1 ton, yaks are the true giants of the plateau. Their thick, long fur and sturdy hooves make them perfectly adapted to Tibet's harsh weather and rugged landscape. Yaks provide essential resources for the locals. Their remarkable strength is harnessed for plowing fields and transporting goods across challenging terrains. Yak meat, rich in protein, is a vital nutritional source for the people. The creamy richness of yak milk is used to make butter tea, yogurt, and other dairy products. Yak hair, known for its softness, durability, and warmth, is woven into fabrics, carpets, and tents. Even yak bones and horns are meticulously crafted into jewelry and household items. Beyond their material contributions, yaks hold profound spiritual significance for Tibetans. They embody strength, endurance, and the indomitable spirit required to overcome adversity. Yaks feature prominently in festivals, traditional ceremonies, and artworks, symbolizing the core values of Tibetan culture. Due to their immense economic, cultural, and spiritual importance, yaks are deeply respected and protected by Tibetans. Numerous initiatives aim to preserve and develop yak herds, ensuring the continuity of Tibet's unique cultural heritage on the roof of the world. Number 10. Newborns bathed in glacial water. In the heart of Tibet, a region perched at an average altitude of over 4,500 meters above sea level, life unfolds under harsh and unforgiving conditions. The landscape is perpetually cold, cloaked in snow, and the air is thin. These brutal elements have shaped the extraordinary resilience and vitality of the Tibetan people, epitomized by a unique and chilling tradition: the glacial bath for newborns. On their very first birthday, a respected woman from the village undertakes the significant task of immersing the baby in a stream fed by melting glacier water. The infant, with only their head above the water, is held in the icy stream for 1 minute. Following this, the baby is quickly wrapped in cloth and dressed warmly. This ritual is far from an ordinary bath. It serves as a formidable test of the child's endurance. If the baby endures this severe challenge, they are deemed robust enough to survive and thrive in Tibet's rigorous environment. Conversely, if the child turns blue and lethargic, it signals a grim outcome, leading the family to prepare for the worst, believing the child has failed this vital test of life. This glacial bath ritual is a powerful testament to the fierce vitality and remarkable adaptability of the Tibetan people. Those who survive this early ordeal are believed to embody the strength and resilience necessary to flourish in one of the world's most challenging environments, preserving the unique cultural heritage of the roof of the world. Number 9. The most gruesome burial rite in the world. Sky burial, also known as celestial burial, stands out as one of the most distinctive and arguably gruesome burial practices in the world, predominantly observed in Tibet. Unlike traditional burials, the deceased are taken to high mountaintops to be consumed by vultures. This practice comes in two forms: basic and elaborate. In remote areas, nomads and villagers often opt for the basic sky burial, where the body is simply left on the mountainside for the vultures to find. The more elaborate version involves a series of intricate rituals. The process begins with lamas offering prayers for the deceased, who is positioned in a seated posture for 24 hours. The body is then cleansed, wrapped in a white cloth, and the spine is broken for easier transport. A close friend or family member carries the body on their back, starting the journey to the burial site early in the morning. Family members follow the procession, chanting prayers and playing funeral music, but they must keep a respectful distance. At the site, the body is placed flat on a stone surface. Corpse handlers, known as rugar jayas, light juniper branches to attract vultures and begin their meticulous work with sharp knives. They dismember the body, from the hair and internal organs to the limbs, feeding every part to the vultures. The remaining bones are crushed and mixed with barley flour to facilitate consumption by the birds. The origins of this ritual lie deeply rooted in the spiritual beliefs of the Tibetan people. They hold that after death, the human body is merely flesh and bones, while vultures are sacred creatures that help guide the soul to its final resting place. Performing a sky burial is considered a noble act, reflecting a deep commitment to nature and emulating Buddha, who is said to have offered his body to feed a starving tiger to save other lives. Sky burials also arise from the challenging natural conditions of Tibet. The region's high, frozen mountains and harsh climate make underground burial nearly impossible, and the scarcity of wood renders cremation impractical. Thus, sky burial is the most feasible and culturally appropriate method. Although modernization and urbanization have made sky burials less common, the tradition persists in some areas, especially in remote regions where cultural heritage remains strong. Preserving this practice is crucial for maintaining the unique cultural identity of the Tibetan people. Number 8. Tibet's tea dilemma. Butter tea, a rich and flavorful staple of Tibetan culture, is more than just a drink. It's a lifeline. Renowned for its ability to warm the body, provide energy, and deliver essential nutrients, this traditional beverage is crucial for surviving the harsh climate of the Tibetan plateau. Interestingly, Tibet cannot grow its own tea. Every leaf used in making this treasured butter tea must travel over 4,000 kilometers from India, traversing the historic Tea Horse Road. This ancient trade route is not merely a path for transporting goods, but a vital artery of cultural exchange and resilience. It stands as a symbol of the courage and determination of those who endured its challenging terrain to sustain Tibetan life. While modern transportation has supplanted the arduous journey along the Tea Horse Road, its legacy remains vibrant. Preserved as a cultural heritage, it attracts tourists captivated by its rugged beauty and the legendary tales of tea and horse caravans braving the formidable landscape. The Tea Horse Road embodies the spirit of trade and cultural fusion, deeply etched into the annals of Tibetan history. Number 7. Home of the Yeti. For centuries, Tibet has been enveloped in a veil of mystery, largely due to the captivating tales of the elusive Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman. This legendary giant, ape-like creature is said to roam the vast and awe-inspiring Himalayas, sparking endless curiosity and fascination. Throughout the years, various pieces of evidence have surfaced in Tibet, supposedly linked to the Yeti, including enormous footprints in the snow, thick strands of long hair, and even bodies preserved in ice. Yet none of this has provided definitive proof, and the scientific community remains skeptical of the Yeti's existence. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the belief in the Yeti endures, especially among the local inhabitants of Tibet. They recount vivid tales of encounters with this colossal being, firmly asserting its presence in the Himalayas. Numerous expeditions have been launched to uncover the truth, yet no solid findings have emerged. The enigma of the Yeti continues to capture the imagination and adventurous spirit of people around the globe. Perhaps the Yeti is a mere figment of collective imagination, a legendary creature woven into the fabric of folk culture over generations. On the other hand, it could be an actual, undiscovered entity lurking in Tibet's remote, untamed regions. Regardless of the reality, Tibet's majestic and enigmatic allure, combined with the enduring legend of the Yeti, makes it a magnet for tourists. It beckons explorers and mystery enthusiasts alike, inviting them to unravel the secrets of this fascinating land. Number 6. Lhasa, the enigmatic city with the mystical Potala Palace. Lhasa, the heart of the Tibet Autonomous Region in China, is a living testament to the profound cultural and historical heritage of Tibet. Revered as a political, economic, and spiritual hub, Lhasa beckons visitors with its rich tapestry of historical landmarks deeply rooted in Buddhist traditions. The crown jewel of these landmarks is the Potala Palace, an iconic symbol of Tibet renowned for its architectural grandeur. Serving as the winter abode of the Dalai Lamas for over 13 centuries, the Potala Palace is divided into two main sections, the White Palace and the Red Palace. This architectural marvel houses over 1,000 rooms, adorned with murals, exquisite artworks, tombs, and chapels. Since the Dalai Lama's exile, the Potala Palace has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1994, functioning as a museum that safeguards Tibet's cultural and historical legacy. For centuries, it was not only the Dalai Lama's residence, but also a pivotal center for training Buddhist monks. Lhasa is also home to the revered Jokhang Temple, often regarded as the spiritual heart of Tibet. The temple, with its sacred golden Buddha statue, attracts pilgrims and visitors from across the globe. Lhasa, meaning land of the gods in Tibetan, truly embodies its name. The city is dotted with magnificent monasteries and temples, drawing pilgrims and visitors alike to bask in its serene ambiance. For those with a passion for exploring Buddhist culture, Lhasa offers a unique opportunity to delve into the majestic natural beauty and the unpretentious lifestyle of the local Tibetan people. Number 5. Fresh water source for nearly half the world's population. Tibet is a vital source of fresh water for almost half of the global population, yet few realize that it holds the world's third largest reserve of fresh water, following only the North and South Poles. Often dubbed the Third Pole, Tibet plays a crucial role in supplying water to some of Asia's major rivers, such as the Brahmaputra, Ganges, Indus, Salween, and Yangtze. This immense supply of fresh water supports the lives of over 2 billion people, nearly 47% of the world's population. The pristine lakes and rivers in Tibet, including Lake Namso, Lake Yamdrok, and the Yarlung Tsangpo River, are indispensable not only to the local inhabitants, but also for agriculture, industry, and daily living in many neighboring countries. Tibet's strategic geographical position and its extensive river network make it essential in regulating both regional and global climates. Known as the Water Tower of Asia, it helps maintain ecological balance and environmental protection. This natural wealth, combined with its rich culture and the critical importance of its fresh water, draws tourists from around the globe. Visitors are captivated by the majestic landscapes, eager to delve into the local culture, live close to nature, and uncover the secrets of the Earth's third pole. Tibet stands out as a unique region, crucial for environmental preservation, sustaining life, and contributing to the development of the region and the world. Safeguarding and wisely managing its freshwater resources is a global responsibility, ensuring sustainability for future generations. Number 4. Buddhism, the heart and soul of Tibetan culture. In Tibet, Buddhism is not merely a religion, it is the very essence of life, intricately woven into the fabric of daily existence. It serves as the cornerstone of the people's beliefs, traditions, and values, shaping their perspectives and guiding their interactions with the world. The profound spiritual heritage of Buddhism is vividly reflected in the monasteries, which are more than just places of worship. They are centers of education, healthcare, and artistic expression. Monks gather here not only to pray and meditate, but also to learn and teach, ensuring the continuous transmission of Buddhist wisdom. Tibetan culture is richly adorned with the influences of Buddhism, evident in its architecture, art, and literature. The vibrant Thangka paintings, awe-inspiring Buddha statues, and the oral tradition of Buddhist stories all highlight the deep-rooted impact of Buddhism. These artistic expressions are not merely decorative, but are imbued with spiritual significance, offering insight and inspiration. The teachings of Buddha provide the Tibetan people with a sense of peace and hope amidst their challenging lives, guiding them towards the path of reincarnation and ultimate enlightenment. The fusion of Buddhism with Tibetan culture creates a distinctive identity that captivates visitors and spiritual seekers from around the globe. A journey to Tibet offers more than breathtaking landscapes. It presents an opportunity to immerse oneself in a culture where Buddhism shines brightly, illuminating the hearts and minds of its people. Number 3. The reincarnation of the Dalai Lamas. Regarded globally as a figure of boundless wisdom and compassion, the Dalai Lama holds a revered position as both a spiritual and political leader. The title Dalai Lama is derived from the Mongolian word Dalai, meaning ocean, and the Tibetan word Lama, meaning reincarnated teacher. This illustrious leader resides in the majestic Potala Palace, perched on the expansive Tibetan plateau. The tradition of the Dalai Lamas began with Gendun Drupa, born in 1391, and passed away in 1475. Successive Dalai Lamas have been identified from childhood through the mystical practice of reincarnation. After the death of a Lama, they leave behind relics and a poem to guide their followers in locating their reincarnated spirit. Senior monks, believed to receive dreams and other signs, play a crucial role in this sacred search. According to Tibetan Buddhist belief, the Dalai Lamas are incarnations of Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, who watches over all beings. It is believed that within 49 days of a Lama's passing, their soul reincarnates in a sacred child. The current and 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, is a living testament to this tradition. Awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989, he has dedicated his life to advocating for peace, freedom, and the self-determination of the Tibetan people. His teachings and philosophy continue to inspire millions around the globe. Identifying the next Dalai Lama is a unique and sacred ritual. Senior monks depend on prophecies and signs to locate the reincarnated child, often found in remote areas. Once discovered, the child is brought to Lhasa and undergoes extensive Buddhist education to prepare for their role as a spiritual leader. This succession process underscores the profound belief in reincarnation that is central to Tibetan culture and spirituality, instilling hope and perseverance for the future. The gentle smile and compassionate eyes of the Dalai Lama have become emblematic of the Tibetan spirit. He stands as a beacon of spiritual guidance and a source of encouragement for those who seek peace and freedom. Number 2. Most monasteries and temples in Tibet are built on mountains. In the mystical highlands of Tibet, a striking feature of the landscape is the plethora of monasteries and temples perched atop towering mountains. This architectural phenomenon is not merely an expression of human ingenuity, but a profound embodiment of the deep spiritual convictions held by the Tibetan people. The elevation of these sacred structures to mountain peaks is deeply rooted in the local belief that mountains serve as the dwellings of gods and are the most sanctified sites for worship and prayer. By situating their temples high above, Tibetans show their veneration for the deities and their aspiration to be closer to the divine. The distinct plateau landscape of Tibet significantly influences the architecture of its temples. The harsh climate and rugged terrain dictate the use of indigenous materials like stone, wood, and clay. Tibetan temple architecture often features sloping roofs, thick walls, and small windows, designed to endure the cold weather and fierce winds of the region. Beyond their architectural marvel, Tibetan temples are pivotal cultural and spiritual hubs for the local community. These temples serve as venues for religious ceremonies, educational endeavors, and traditional festivals. They are sanctuaries where people come to pray, find peace, and seek spiritual solace. The monasteries and temples of Tibet are not just buildings, they are the heartbeats of the cultural and spiritual essence of this region. They captivate visitors not only with their unique architectural charm, but also with their tranquil and sacred ambiance, offering a haven for those in search of inner peace. Number 1. Tibetan barley, the essential grain of the plateau. Barley is the backbone of the Tibetan diet, a staple food deeply embedded in the culture and daily life of the Tibetan people. Growing in the harsh climate of the Tibetan plateau, this resilient crop thrives at altitudes between 3,000 and 5,000 meters, where the air is thin, temperatures are low, and the growing season is brief. Rich in protein, fiber, vitamins, and essential minerals, Tibetan barley is particularly notable for its high lysine content, an essential amino acid that the human body cannot produce. This nutrient-dense grain forms the foundation of many traditional Tibetan dishes. From it, Tibetans create sampa, roasted flour, thukpa, noodles, balep, bread, and chang, beer, among other culinary staples. Beyond its nutritional value, Tibetan barley holds significant cultural and spiritual importance. It is a symbol of prosperity, luck, and longevity, frequently featured in religious ceremonies and traditional festivals. Recognizing its vital role, Tibetan authorities are actively working to preserve and advance the cultivation of this essential crop. Efforts include research into new barley varieties, improved farming techniques, and initiatives to enhance farmers' livelihoods, ensuring a secure and sustainable food source for future generations. In Tibetan culture, barley is more than just food. It is a cornerstone of identity, a bridge between the material and spiritual worlds, and a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the Tibetan people. Dear friends, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel to support the team making this video. Thank you very much.